channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can achieve this evil gingerbread man makeup look. This is another look in my 2018 12 days of SFX-mas, so if you want to check out more of the past videos that I've done, I will be leaving the playlist linked down below full of all of my 12 days of SFX-mas videos, so it's just easy for you to check it out. Anyways, this look in particular is heavily inspired by two past makeup looks that I've already done. The first one being from the 2017 12 days of SFX-mas. I just did a normal, fun gingerbread man. This was kind of taking some traits from a gingerbread house and a typical gingerbread man to make a little sweet treat, and also from my scary pumpkin makeup look that I did that year as well. I thought it'd be fun to kind of, pay homage to that by doing a little bit of a similar mouthpiece and also replicate the eyebrows a bit, just because this is one of my favorite pieces from the scary pumpkin, and I just kind of wanted to recreate that a little bit as well. And something I want to do a little bit more for 12 days of SFX-mas in the future is taking these cute traditional Christmas characters and completely transforming them into an evil version. So for example, an evil gingerbread man, maybe next year like an evil snowman, something like that. We just want to have a lot of fun with it because the sky's the limit, and honestly at some point there's only so many Christmas icons that you have to make them bloody at some point. So anyways, with that being said, if you guys are interested in seeing how you can achieve this evil gingerbread man makeup look, then just keep watching. Hey guys, and welcome back. We are going to be getting started by taking some of our liquid latex and some cotton balls, and we're just going to be laying down a base layer of some liquid latex before unrolling a cotton ball and applying a little bit of that right on top. And I'm going to be peeling away a little bit extra because I don't want this to be too thick. And once you have the base layer down, you're going to go ahead and cover that with some more liquid latex to help seal the cotton, and then you're just going to be applying this to the lower part of your mouth as well. We're really going for that wide open, straggled mouth, and I ended up not liking how thick it was on the bottom, so I honestly just peeled it off, and I'm just going to be laying down some vertical pieces of cotton to kind of replicate teeth, or where your mouth is literally going to be splitting open. Next, I'm going to be taking my Graftobian Pro Paint in Fuzzy Bear Brown and mixing it with some of my Graftobian Pro Paint in White Swan so we can get a nice light brown caramel color, and we're applying that all over our body and face. Now, a new technique that I am absolutely obsessed with is to actually use a foundation brush to do this. Usually when I use body painting brushes, it will typically look streaky and it takes so long to try and blend it out. So I'm actually going to be taking my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush and just using this to apply the foundation. This is literally life-changing, and if you can use a foundation brush for body paint, I would highly recommend it because this just saves so much time and it just makes the whole process 5,000 times easier. Now I'm going to be taking some baby powder on a brush and applying that right onto the liquid latex mouth. The reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to give it time to dry, and then I want to make sure to set it before I put any kind of body paint on it that could end up ruining not only the makeup look but also some of your makeup brushes. I'm then going to be taking my Mare on Paradise paint in black and applying this to the inside of our fake mouth. The reason I'm doing this now is just so I can get a general idea of how big the mouth is and where I'm going to be adding all of the brown body paint, and this just really helps to give the general idea of how it's going to turn out, because obviously this is going to have splatters of body paints going on it, so you're going to have to cover it over again later, but this just made it really easy to figure out kind of what we're working with. Next, I'm going to be going back into our little body paint concoction that we have to apply this right on top of the liquid latex mouth. Now, something to keep in mind is applying makeup onto liquid latex is going to apply very differently than it would apply onto your skin. The color is going to be very different. It's the same thing when you apply foundation onto liquid latex. It's almost going to oxidize and turn a darker color. So I experienced that a lot with this mouth, and it did start to worry me because it just definitely seemed very obvious, and I was trying to figure out how to fix that. But whenever we add the white icing outline around the mouth later on, it completely hides it and you don't even notice a difference. We're then going to be going back into our Mare on Paradise paint in black, and we're going to be adding the outline to our eye sockets. So I'm just going to be going ahead and applying this right under the brow bone and then bringing it down to the center of my cheeks and then filling that in with black body paint. Following that, I'm also going to be creating a little chip on my shoulder as if someone decided to take a giant bite out of your shoulder. So I'm going to be creating a ragged edge and then filling that in with black body paint, and also moving on to doing some intense eyebrows and expression lines. This is really fun to do. I did this in my scary pumpkin makeup tutorial, and so I wanted to kind of do the exact same thing for my gingerbread as well. I'm then going to be taking my Graftobian Pro Paint in Catalina Blue and creating a little gumdrop button on my chest and between my collarbones and just filling that in before moving on and doing a second button by taking my Mare on Paradise paint in orange and doing that right below the blue button. I'm then going to be taking my Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner in Sleek Black and tightlining my lower waterline, and then I'm going to be moving on to taking my Morphe and James Charles Unleash Your Inner Artist palette, taking the black eyeshadow and just setting all of the black body paint surrounding the eye area so it doesn't move and to help darken the area as well. I'm also going to be taking my Graftobian Pro Paint in Shocking Pink, and we're going to be using a chip brush to splatter this all over our body. This is really going to help break up the gingerbread brown color to kind of add a little bit more of like a sprinkled powdered sugar texture. And of course, you're going to have to go over the black body paint again because this is going to splatter onto that, but that's just a small thing to touch up. Then we're going back into our Morphe James Charles palette, taking black and mixing that with some of this dark brown and light brown so we can get a nice little medium brown color, and we're going to be using this to apply around the edges of the bitten off piece, and you're going to want to blend that down into the skin as well. We're going to be creating a raised shadowed edge so it looks like we actually have a piece of us missing. I'm then going to be going back into the black eyeshadow, and we're going to be using this to contour our face. So I'm going to be applying this to a large fluffy brush and just applying this around the perimeter of the face and also applying some under the eye socket area as well to help give more dimension. And we're also going to want to apply some of that onto the gumdrop buttons to help add a little bit of a shadow so it looks more three-dimensional. I'm then going to be going into my Graftobian Pro Paint in White Swan, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be applying this to the perimeter of our mouth. This is going to kind of help cover up the difference of the two brown colors, but also if you see the gingerbread man from Shrek, he's got a white icing mouth, so I thought it'd only be appropriate to give my scary version one as well. I'm also going to be creating a fun little design on my shoulder and apply some under my overly aggressive eyebrows as well. Next, I'm going to be taking my Ben Nye Fresh Scab, and this is one of the best pieces of the entire makeup look because it just really helps pull the entire look together. I'm going to be applying the larger chunks into the areas of the mouth that I feel like would have more coagulated blood, so this is going to be more at the root or gum of the mouth before going into my Ben Nye Stage Blood, and I'm going to be just dripping this all over the mouth area so it looks like they were having a gory feast. And last but not least, I'm going to be going back into my Graftobian Pro Paint in White Swan, and we're going to be creating a few little crumbs coming off of our broken shoulder. This is really going to help make it look like we had a piece of us bitten off, and then we're also going to be adding a few highlights around the very edge of the crack as well. And that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to see next. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my videos. This was my last day of my 12 days of SFX-mas, so thank you guys so much for sticking through this with me. I hope you loved all of the looks I created. I had so much fun doing them. Stick around because I am going to be doing my holiday wrap up. So if you want to see a few more behind the scenes details on how all these looks came to be or what inspired some of them, then just feel free to stick around for that. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!